guy, this
Yeah,
woman.
yeah, that's Christina Hendricks. Like I've been waiting for a long time to do this because
Eh,
she is
what?
like
This is Christina Hendricks?
yeah, she's old now. That's the reason that it looks kind of weird. Like the second pick is from much younger and it has some effects applied to it. But yeah, let's just like she is better known for two big reasons. But yeah, what I think is her face is genuinely underrated as well. Like when you have a body like that, your face often goes underrated as a woman in many cases. Yeah,
Yeah, so
so
today we will, today we will divert our attention from her assets to her face. Again, you can see great mid-face ratio to begin with.
yeah, really good mid-face ratio. And the second thing that immediately comes to notice is a flaw. By the way, she has a forehead that is noticeably larger, and even though it's larger, she does have a good bitemporal width, perfectly in the ideal range, around the 91%, 91%. So that's perfectly all right. Now her facial width to height ratio is well pretty aggressive, if you might, but it's in the ideal range as well. It's around two, so it's a wide face.
Yeah, even
It's
yeah, even chill to filtrum ratio is on a good range for a woman. She has a squarish type of chin, which is quite rare for a woman.
yeah, she
Again,
actually
and
has an
jawline.
unfused jawbone. She actually has an unfused jawbone. Her cheek, she kind of seems like a mixture cross between Alyssa Sutherland and Sydney Sweeney. You know,
Yeah, exactly. I could see where you got the Sydney Sweeney from. And again, there is like a great jawline visibility, great lip area that I would kill for. Again, I would kill for any lip area that's not mine.
the other flaw, and these are minor flaws by the way, especially on women, is the lighter eyebrows. Honestly, it would be wrong to judge her at this age, and especially because she is a blonde. Blonde people tend to have bad contrast anyways. When she was younger, she
Nah,
did have when she was younger she
dude,
did have she did have better eyebrows when she was younger. This is still a
she's not blonde. She's redhead too. She's not blonde.
nah. Her hair is dyed red. Her hair is dyed red. She's actually a
I've only
blonde.
seen her. I've only seen her in red hair, dude. I haven't seen her in blonde. I thought she was naturally
Now,
redhead.
her jaw, I've heard a lot of guys say this and get this wrong. They think that women's jaws are supposed to be about 1% narrower than men's. Now, that's the wrong thing, by the way. It's on average 1% lower, but in the ideal range, women tend to have narrower jaws. Most of the faces among attractive women actually have narrower jaws. They tend to have narrower jaws. So the ideal range, in my opinion, is somewhere between 80 to 85%. 85 is not the minimum. 85 is the maximum, and you wouldn't really want to go much far above that. In rare cases, yeah, it might harmonize well, but I would put that at a tier two. I would not give you full points for it. So yeah, her bigonial width is 83%. 83%, which is perfectly all right. Her cheekbone sadness is like I said, but she is kind of upgraded from Sydney Sweeney. Your dog agrees. Is she doesn't have as much of middle set cheekbones like Sydney Sweeney does. She actually has high set cheekbones, but they are not freakishly high like Alyssa Sutherland. So that's around the 84% range. As you can see, she actually has hollow cheeks, but she also has pretty large cheekbones. So the OG curve is not as large, and it kind of suits on a woman.
Yeah, also the eye area is almost immaculate. Like the positive canthal tilt, upper eyelid exposure isn't excessive, and again, eyes are like quite in the feminine, which is
Yeah,
personally, in my
forty-seven
opinion,
point
it's
forty-seven point five percent interpupillary distance, and somewhat larger eyes, so it's all right. If her eyes were even larger,
yeah, it
then
falls.
yeah, probably even higher
Yeah,
than if
it
they were
falls
smaller
into
than closer.
yeah, it falls into the feminine niche of eye area. It doesn't have to be.
Also, as you can
Doesn't
see,
have to.
she doesn't have droopy eyelids like a lot of women. I mean, she has a red sclera, but honestly, who can blame her? I mean, come on, man, it's normal. Have you ever seen a woman with big assets have a good night's sleep?
Yeah, I mean, most of our partners won't let us sleep. Basically,
Yeah, the jaw frontal angle is also pretty much in the ideal range. It's around 95 degrees, I mean, as you can see, the facial, we talked about the facial width to height ratio. The eyebrow settedness is perfectly middle set at around 82%, which is ideal for women. She has her ears are pretty long, but they kind of go well with her nose. They are pretty much the same size as her nose. So yeah, that kind of.
Yeah, see, when I first saw this image, I first thing that came into my mind was that she's an elf, because those ears are kind of falls into that archetype, and again that kind of nose, the whole face shape is giving kind of an elf.
Like a
Dude,
very cute elf.
huh?
A very cute elf in particular, but yeah.
Yeah, very cute and voluptuous elf. Dude,
Stop.
why didn't you get the side profile?
Bro, I tried a lot to get the side profile, but I couldn't get good pictures. Like, she barely has any side profile pictures. But what I could get was one of her main flaws in side profile is the gonal angle is on the higher side. She has an extremely long ramus, by the way. You can see from this pic. She has an extremely long ramus. It's
Yeah,
it's
and again, I
uncommon. It's
believe
uncommon to have a ramus this long in women.
yeah, I believe that her lower lip is protruding as well, and she has a cleft chin.
Yeah, I honestly, some of the pics that I saw, her lower lip is not really protruding. The facial convexities are all right. The jaw forward growth is all right. The issue is a gonal angle. It's around 131, which is higher even for a woman, but it's not as massive of a deal breaker.
Yeah, personally, the
The
biggest flaw that you could point out
is
is
the forehead.
probably again, forehead.
But again, the forehead being taller doesn't affect her overall face shape much, rather, it's just a bigger visual flaw of its own. Her overall face shape is 1.37, 1.38, so just in the ideal range. So overall, like, because of that forehead, that's somewhat average under eye support, but to be honest, her under eye support isn't even average. It's just that she has a feminine under eye support. She doesn't have droopy eyelids even at this age. So
Yeah, but yeah,
combining all of those minor flaws, I wouldn't rate her lower than 8.1. And at this age, you can't expect better skin quality. She had much better skin quality and eyebrow density when she was younger. So I'm accounting for all of that. And she was probably an 8.2 in her prime. Right now, probably lower, of course. It's unfair to rate people out of their prime. Unless, of course, they're Hernan Drago.
yeah, exactly. I would say that I would probably align it at 8.25, which is like again close to you. I was just basically rounding it off. So yeah, 8.25, absolute Stacy in her prime and absolute Stacy right now. And it is quite rare to be Stacy in both the facial and the bodily department. So again, plus point for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
guys.
what would you rather have? Would you rather have an 8.25 with an 8.28 with an 9 out of 10 body, or would you have a 9.5 out of 10 face with a 5 out of 10 body? I think the choice is
Most
pretty clear.
people would be choosing the first option because I think overall the frame matters a lot for your children as well.
Yeah, guys, don't underestimate the frame of your future partner, because mother's
Yeah, also
frame.
she has a pretty
Mother,
thick neck. She also has a pretty thick neck, which is also one of the rarer features in women.
what's the status about her? Clavicle.
Pretty good, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna too spicy for YouTube. I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay, so we will personally discuss. But again, guys, don't underestimate the importance of your partner's structure, because that
Honestly, if
is what
she
your
had a
children will.
slightly shorter forehead, I would rate her above 8.5. To be honest, if
Yeah,
she had a shorter
exactly.
forehead.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Me too. Exactly. That would have pushed her to it. I'd say even like if you gave her good eyebrows right now, even then she could use something as minoxidil, and she got a little bit of
The issue
fillers
is
for the
with
under
age,
eye.
women lose eyebrow density, and with age, men tend to increase in tend to have an increase in eyebrow density.
Yeah, that's why
It
if
goes
she
opposite
used
ways.
something like something growth stimulant like minoxidil for her eyebrows, and if her hairline was, let's say, hypothetically in the ideal zone, and she got a little bit of filler work done, for the under. I'd say that this would, push it at 8.75 range.
Yeah. I mean, there's not even many issues in her face that require like heavy fixing. She could push into the 9 range if she tried, like, but she really didn't try a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, again, but pushing 9 would be like a bit into the muddy waters. So again, I'd say 8.7. But again, her body is like that; it compensates more than enough.
Yeah. So guys, keep grinding, keep hustling, and keep watching our videos. And please, guys, just don't look up Christina Hendricks and start ranking off. Like, just don't do that. So bye, guys.
Don't don't do that.
Don't do that. Dog agrees.